She's using this picture to sell her book, and listen to what else she's saying. Women feeling like they have to show up in this one Barbie doll kind of image. Oh, you mean something like this? Like a Barbie doll. You're the epitome of it. Give it up, Michelle. You're black. You're rich. Your best friends are rich too, even Beyonce. And I'm sick and tired of hearing that you're marginalized. And you sit there and talk like you're the queen and your husband's the king, because that's what it sounds like. We're over it. You guys say no kings, but you act like queens. You act like kings. You tell people what they're supposed to think, and you tell others who are marginalized when you're sitting there as a black American woman, ex-vice president's wife or president's wife. Shut.
There needs to be an award created, aka Michelle, and it should be labeled the most miserable, privileged person in the world. In the latest rant and complaining of Michelle Obama, because that's all she knows how to do, she decides to tell people that she felt like she couldn't wear her hair naturally because people would criticize it.
I kept my hair straight throughout the White House years so it would not be a distraction or a talking point. I knew there was absolutely no way that the first black first lady could show up in braids. Was that a hard choice for you?
You know, it wasn't hard because the job was more important than the statement.
Right.
I wanted to make sure that my work spoke before my clothes or my, the way I showed up in the world, although I knew that the clothes sent a message.
Yes.
But when you give your husband a fist.
Yes, a lot of people are calling out Michelle Obama. If you have been following this channel, you realize I did a video a few days ago about Michelle. There is something more concerning that I saw. I want you to see. When you take a look at this, Michelle Obama is upset about White House ballroom construction. We also felt it was the people's house. I'm confused by what are norms, what are standard, what are traditions. I just feel like what is important to us as a nation anymore, because I am lost. We have to do as a country, decide what rules are we following and who is to abide by them and who isn't. Michelle Obama is complaining. She appeared on this show about what Trump is doing. If you look into their period when they were at the White House, they did some work and nobody said anything. There were press everywhere.
And the ballroom, I don't give it. I really don't give it. I was reading, it shows you like how the media is. Everything is always on one side or the other. When he first mentioned it, it was like all about, oh my God, he's desecrating the White House. Then I finally read, oh, well, they've done the White House before. It's just a building, I think. Also, like, I realized after reading other people, we don't have a place when they have state dinners. They're doing it in a tent. This is America. So do I give it that he's doing this to the White House? I really don't.
People have asked me how I felt about the move, and what I will remind people is that house is not our house. We never viewed it as our house.
Wait, you're kidding me. Obama did renovations to the White House and made taxpayers pay that much money? That's crazy. In 2010, and not one of you said a word? Not one of you? And now you're upset even though our tax dollars aren't paying for renovations and they tore down like a carport and some offices. It wasn't even actually the White House. And not a penny of it comes out of our own pockets, out of our tax dollars. Now you're upset? Interesting.
Tell me if this is not jealousy. If you look into history, you realize most of these presidents, they did some work at the White House. They did renovations. Even Obama did that. Why are these people like this?
Yeah. Well, I didn't really have that choice as first lady.
Of course,
right?
Yeah.
Every day, every time I was up, as we called it, I was up for the public.
Yes.
And the days were long. So as you mentioned, to save time,
Yes.
You know, I know having a glam team, a trifecta, it feels like a luxury, but it was a necessity.
Yes.
There's absolutely no way that I would be able to do my hair and makeup and have clothes ready that fit, you know, because rare is the woman that can live off the rack.
Yes.
You know,
Are the Democrats jealous that Trump's building this big, beautiful ballroom?
It certainly appears that way, Jesse, and I believe there's a lot of fake outrage right now because nearly every single president who has lived in this beautiful White House behind me has made modernizations and renovations of their own. And in fact, presidents for decades in the modern time have quipped about how they wish they had a larger event space here at the White House that can hold hundreds more people than the current East Room and state dining rooms can. In fact, President Obama notably complained that during his tenure, he had to hold a state visit on the South Lawn and get a very expensive tent. If you talk to journalists who have covered the White House for decades, as I do here every single day, they will also tell you that administration after administration have publicly and privately spoken about the need for a larger event space. So while many presidents have privately dreamt about this, it's President Trump who is actually doing something about it. And he is the builder in chief. In large part, he was reelected back to this people's house because he's good at building things. He has done it his entire life, his entire career.
Yes, when these people were at the White House, they did renovations. Yeah, that is based on the informations I saw. When they sit now, start complaining like, "Oh, Trump is doing this." Even during the campaign, few days ago, Obama said this. I don't understand. If you see some liberals supporting what Trump is doing, that should tell you a lot. Be here actually said everything. What is the problem with that? Say, oh, Trump want to stay there forever? I don't know. The problem with liberals is that they don't want anything like it should be Trump did this. It should not be in history. His name should not be. Which at the end of the day, it would never happen.
Did you see what they did to the White House? How could anybody stand behind this? How could anybody just be silent? Wait, you're kidding me. Obama did renovations to the White House and made taxpayers pay that much money? That's crazy. Now you're upset? Interesting.
During the Obama period, you paid for that. Trump is doing this. Money is not coming from anyone's pocket. His donors came in with money, for this project. This is something that everyone should appreciate. Like, this is good. Imagine the White House not having a place where occasions can take place. They use tent. Imagine that. That's disgraceful. This is Trump last term. So whatever thing he's doing, it is for others to come and enjoy. That is perfectly good. I don't understand. Trump did this, I thought people would appreciate. But they still criticize that. Thank you guys for always been sharing out the videos. God bless you abundantly. As of the short clips, that is for the YT algorithm.
That's ridiculous.
So crazy.
As of the short clips, that is for the YT algorithm.
Months ago to stop sending us
his transition team, and it's all women.
Listen, I don't know that he needs my advice. Frankly, he could do a master class for all Democrats.
Midterms.
What it taught us is...
I mean, these are off-year elections and expecting Democrats to win. I think a couple things can be true. I wouldn't overread it. Virginia, in particular, has never been a great bellwether, I don't think.
And by extension...
It voted overwhelmingly for Donald Trump, who is not a moderate president.
3 times.
3 times.
Over 40. He beat Hillary by 41 points.
Right.
He beat Joe. He lost to Joe Biden.
But not in West Virginia.
No, he still won by 40 points.
Right. This let me know one thing. This ain't got nothing to do with color. This ain't got nothing to do with color. It's either God's side or Satan's side.
And that was my first instinct to have more Republicans on the show, but they don't want to come on. They're scared of us.
It's like history. Wait, when I say I'm not going to be apocalyptic, he even gets an off.
If the Democrats...
Because how many times do somebody asks?
4.
JD Vance should be the next president of the United States. If you want to serve in the American...
Give interviews, I don't do that.
JD Vance should be the next president of the United States.
Happening at the moment.
Yeah. President Obama.
Is blatant censorship.
Because he says he has a team of fact checkers.
The FCC.
Want them to stop fooling around with my right to say what I feel.
Well,
Americans, it's a part of who we are.
Because that is really something that didn't happen before. Does anybody else watch The View? Because I think there's...
I'm going to say one.
Look, there are certain rules of free speech that we must all abide by. But in case anyone needs a refresher, we're going to go over the rules again.
He does not have a right to have a television show.
To spreading lies.
Somebody to get up there, not
all the same people that are in these polite...
disagree with what Gavin Newsom said that he doesn't...
Dave Chappelle.
Without of interest.
I mentioned last night Trump was bragging about how...
Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Peggy D.
Many were surprised to see Darth Renner.
Between now...
60 minutes for editing an interview.
$7.8 billion a month.